Alright, a Talladega weekend review. Let's just jump right into it. So, truck race. It was pretty, not much happened. It was a very uneventful truck race. Mainly followed a lot of the single file freight trading, where it just followed the goddamn leader. I know a lot of people bitched about Chastain's blocking to protect his position. I'm like, so? There's no rule against blocking. I have no problem with it as long as you don't cause a wreck. But in Chastain's case, he caused a big wreck. But since other chasers were involved, Chastain gets off the hook and he enters with a small hole in the Martinsville. Of course, we'll get to that in a bit. But of course, the controversy at the end of the race. The finish between Johnny Sauter and Spencer Boyd, where Sauter forces Boyd below the yellow line to advance his position. So Boyd advances position at the line. So this was pretty much Tony Stewart and Regan Smith 2008 all over again. But NASCAR got the call right. Because I actually didn't know this was a rule until now, but apparently it's been a rule for a while. But hey, you always learn something new every day. So when it looked like Sauter was going to get the win, NASCAR said, hold up, throw a penalty out there. Because apparently now, forcing someone below the yellow line, especially on the last lap, is illegal. So as a result, Johnny Sauter was disqualified. And Spencer Boyd gets the win. Gets his first career win. Damn. So yeah. NASCAR actually was consistent and got the call right for once. Huh. About fucking time NASCAR actually did something right, because they've been inconsistent as all hell. Honestly, there's an easy way to avoid this situation. You wanna know what that solution is? Get rid of the fucking yellow line. That's the solution. Get rid of the yellow line, out of bounds line at Daytona and Talladega. Problem solved. We don't have to worry about this shit anymore. Because you look at every other track, it does not have this rule. If we want to treat Daytona and Talladega like every other track, since now we got rid of the restrictor plates, if we want to treat it like it's a real track, get rid of the rule. Treat it like it's the other tracks. Because tracks like Atlanta, Michigan, Auto Club, Bristol, Martinsville, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, Las Vegas, Chicagoland, you get the goddamn point by now. None of those tracks have a yellow line rule. The only tracks that have this exception is the road courses and the Roval, where they mark out the out-of-bounds areas. What is Daytona's excuse? What is Talladega's excuse? Can't wait to hear what these dumbass fans want to fucking pull for excuses this week for this yellow line rule. Plus, this yellow line rule has caused a lot of controversy and inconsistency. Tony Stewart and Regan Smith, 2008. In the exact same race. What else? We also had the 2011 Bud Shootout between Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Newman. That finish. We also had Justin Haley at Daytona and Xfinity last year. Like, this yellow line rule, it just causes so much inconsistency and confusion. And too much controversy. I say, simply put, scrap the rule and problem solved. We don't have to worry about it anymore. But yeah, of course, so yeah, next truck race is in 2 weeks from Martinsville, but that would start around 2. So nobody locks their position in since Boyd is a non-chaser. And he wins, it really does not affect the points much. So there's still 4 spots up for grabs with 2 races to go in the second round of the truck chase. We'll get to the truck points at the end of the video. Let's continue on. F1 race in Japan. It was actually a wet race. Almost monsoon-like weather. It was monsoon rain. Like, it was raining down a ton at Japan. Valtteri Bottas got the win for Mercedes. Hey, not going to complain too much, because it's not Lewis Hamilton, so hooray. And with Bottas' win and Hamilton having yet another strong finish, Mercedes has officially locked up the 2019 World Constructors' Championship for the F1 season. Their 6th straight in a row. And now we're a race or two away from Lewis Hamilton winning his 6th World Drivers title. Whoopee. And it would be his 5th in 6 years. Whoopee, just get it over with. Just hand the title to Hamilton already. Get it over with. Let's just do it already. So anyway, let's get to the Cup race. So Cup race, we only got to see only Stage 1 on Sunday. Because as soon as Stage 1 ended, the rain came. And then when I saw the radar and saw that there was heavier stuff coming, I was like, yeah, we're not racing again the rest of the day. So then the race gets postponed till Monday. We go to the race on Monday. The Monday race is very interesting because the grip end was washed off the track, so it was a really green racetrack. I'll say it was very chaotic. Very chaotic race. This race was honestly one of the better restrictor plate races this season. Like, there was at least 3 big crashes. The first one involving Bowman and Logano. Bowman went to block Logano, and then Logano ran him straight over. Honestly, it looked like Logano just straight up dumped him. Considering Bowman went down and Logano drove straight into him and it turned Bowman. Plus, these cars suck ass at drafting because they're so sensitive. If you touch, I swear to God, if you touch that rear bumper with a feather, they immediately spin out and everyone would die. The end. This car is just this terrible. Maybe the Gen 7 car can fix some of these problems. And they're calling it the next gen. Yay. Big one, number 2. Byron just got turned and it just caused a lot of wrecking. And Logano, I honestly thought Logano was going to blow over and go on his roof, but he didn't. So yeah. And then big one, number 3, Kyle Busch turned himself into the field, and yeah, chaos came in at the end. So 3 big crashes. The race ended up being a demo derby. Brandon Gaughan went up and over, did a 360 in the air before landing on all 4 tires. So, hey, we saw it blow over where someone didn't land on their roof. Damn. But yeah, this race actually wasn't too bad except for the middle part of Stage 3 where they all went single file freight train for a little bit. I honestly hate fucking freight training. Honestly, I say it here. Bring back tandem drafting. I'd rather have 90 lead changes between 29 different drivers than watch a 4-hour follow the goddamn leader. But to the finish was actually a really good finish. One of the best finishes of the year. Because it was a photo finish. Something we almost never see with this crappy-ass package. Between Ryan Blaney and Ryan Newman. The Battle of the Ryans. Where Blaney edges out Newman by 7 1/1000ths of a second. So almost going to triple digits. Yeah, it is an impressive finish, but we've seen a lot of other photo finishes in this decade, too. Hell, we even saw a 3-wide photo finish at Talladega, decided by 2 1/1000ths of a second. And oh, by the way, that finish was made possible due to tandem drafting. See how more exciting tandem drafting is than this shit? Do you see how exciting it is? Seriously, go back to fucking tandem drafting. Problem solved with this shit. Because I'd rather have not watched 90 lead changes between 30 drivers than watch 4 hours of follow the goddamn leader. But yeah, anyway, with Blaney's win, Blaney's 22-point gap is no more. Because with his win, Blaney is automatically now locked into the round of 8, the 3rd round. Wow, it seems all Blaney likes to do is every year Blaney finds a way to get into the 3rd round by pulling a win out of his ass in the chase. Where Blaney is just pretty much non-existent throughout the regular season. And then in the chase he pulls a win out of his ass. Like Charlotte, like the Roval last year. He mainly won that race because Jimmy Johnson got greedy and dumped Truex. And Blaney happened to survive through all of it and be the last man standing. And really, Blaney, he spun himself out early in the race, but came all the way back. And Blaney happened to be in the right place at the right time when everybody else took each other out. And Blaney was the last man standing. So yeah, easily this race is one of the better restrictor plate races of the year. You know, a lot of fans are going to really overrate this race because of the photo finish. Because remember, people usually talk about a race and only remember it because of the finish. And it was a photo finish, so yeah, be ready for more overrated reviews from other people. But yeah, honestly, one of the better restrictor plate races this year. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. So we'll get to the cut points because next week at Kansas, we have a cutoff race to decide who moves on to the third round. 6 more spots up for grabs. And oh, by the way, Xfinity's back next week. So yeah, you got that to look forward to. I think it's in a week or two is the next F1 race, which is in Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. So how about that? Yeah, it's Circuit of the Americas. And then Mexico. So yeah, we're getting close to the end of the F1 season, thank Christ. But anyway, enough talk. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the points. So here are the truck points real quick between the 6 remaining chasers. So you got Brett Moffitt, who sits pretty comfortably at 45 points above the cutoff line. Stuart Friesen has a pretty good cap too at 22 points above the line. Austin Hill, he has a pretty decent gap with 2 races left, 12 points above the cutoff line. But 6 in the cutoff line gets interesting with 2 races left entering Martinsville. Crafton is only 1 point to the good ahead of the line with Ankrum 1 point out. And Chastain is only 2 points out. So Chastain, even with his wreck, he dodged a bullet. But yeah, Martinsville's a wild card race in itself, so it's going to be pretty chaotic. But yeah, in 2 weeks, we'll see who will try and punch their ticket to the championship 4. But anyway, let's move on to the Cup chase. So here are the Cup points heading into Kansas next weekend. So we have Denny Hamlin, who's 56 points above the cutoff line. Hamlin's shit's pretty much good. He just needs to start that car, and he's locked into the round of 8. Truex and Kyle Busch, they both have pretty good gaps too, so they're pretty much safe on points. I call that safe. Kevin Harvick, he's 36 points above the cutoff line, but like I've said before, we've seen in this inconsistent chase grid, no lead is safe. You got Keselowski, who's 20 points above the cutoff line, and then Logano holds the 8th and final spot by 18 points. So Keselowski and Logano just need solid finishes in either 4, and none of the bottom 4 to win. That's what I'm trying to say here. So Bowman, he enters in an 18-point hole. So Bowman, he needs some Logano or Keselowski to have a bad finish, when Bowman needs to have a strong run at Kansas, or he's out. Chase Elliott, Quint Boyer, and William Byron are 22, 24, and 27 points out, respectively. I don't see any of those 3 making it in on points. It looks like for one of those 3, they're going to have to win at Kansas to get in. But you never know with this chase grid. We've seen how inconsistent it is. So yeah, will these 8 remain the same? Or will we see the bullshit elimination in the chase? There's always that bullshit elimination every season. Who will get it this year? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. Hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out.